Hello and welcome to episode 149 of the Graceful Tangle podcast. I'm Amy Kate. Thank you so much for joining me today. It is currently Sunday, August 13th, which is crazy. I can't believe August is almost already halfway over. But yeah, it has been a full and busy month already, and that is definitely not going to change. But yeah, I am so excited to be back with you guys today for another podcast episode. Kind of like last episode, I don't have a ton to share, and I'm actually going to compile it all into just one big segment today, honestly, to make it a little bit easier on myself to edit, because time is hard to come by right now. I'm actually filming this like before church on Sunday, which I have done, I think, maybe one other time. But yeah, I literally don't know when else it was going to get done this week, so that's what we're working with. But yeah, I don't have a ton to share today, so I thought I could just kind of go show it all in one big like clip, if you will, and do it that way. But yeah, like I said, I'm so excited that you're here. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do that. Lately, the only videos I've been putting out are podcast episodes every other week. It's just kind of the season of life that I'm in right now. But that being said, I do really hope to launch some tutorial videos and stuff like that, specifically in the fall season once I release some really fun fall patterns. So be subscribed, turn on those notifications so that you can see when I upload a new video. And thanks for just sticking around through the different seasons, many videos or not so many. I really appreciate you all being here. Alrighty, so I actually have two finished objects to share today. The first is this pair of socks. I've been working on these for a while now, but I finally finished them this week, and I love them so much. I actually really love them with this gray dress that I'm wearing, but not that I would actually wear them together. Anyway, so here's what they look like. I just did shorty socks. I loosely followed my Success Shorties pattern, which you'll find linked below. And then I did German short row heels instead of like the recommended afterthought heel or whatever other heel. I just kind of wanted to broaden the horizon a little bit and try something new, and I'm so glad that I did. I really loved making them. I wouldn't use this specific German short row. I think there's a heel. I wouldn't use this specific pattern again, I don't think, just because of like one stuff that it had you do. I know that I wouldn't want to do that if I was doing like a contrast heel. So yeah, I'm going to play around with that a little bit, but other than that, I love how they turned out. I used Peyton's Koi sock for this, and the colorway was like vintage stripes or something like that, but I love the colors so much. So that's one FO. And then the other FO, this is actually a design that's going to launch at the very beginning of fall. And here it is. So this is just a super simple little beanie. I used Knit Picks Muse in the colorway Whimsy for this. And this beanie pattern specifically highlights this yarn. So it's an Aran weight yarn. It's a little bit heavier than worsted, but lighter than bulky. And it can just be hard to find a pattern that features that well. So that's exactly what I created, and I love it so much. It's just such a fun little hat pattern. It's so easy to follow. Super beginner friendly, and it works up in no time, and it's so mindless. It's like I just love patterns like this, not just because it's mine, of course, just in general. I love mindless knits, and this is definitely one of them. So yeah, like I said, this is going to release at the very beginning of fall. Like honestly, I would love to do it on like the first day of fall. I'm so ready. But yeah, and then I topped it with a faux pom-pom, of course, because I just love the way they look so much. But yeah, and then I have one work in progress to share today, and it is so close to being done. This is the Ripple Throw. It is actually launching later this week. I have the pattern ready. It's just in the final stages, and then I just gotta grab pictures of this once I finish it up. But I am obsessed with this. It is so drapey, so cozy. It has been such a fun project to work on. I'm using Hobie Friends cotton wheel held double. So I'm using one strand of this really light gray color, which is kind of that white that you see. And then I'm alternating between a dark blue and a light blue. And it's just like kind of supposed to remind you of the sea a little bit. Hence like the ripply texture pattern. Yeah, like I said, it's been a really fun project. It's been slow going, but it's a blanket, so that's okay. It's also a really fun like throw size, so it's about I think like the finished dimensions are going to be about 36 by 36 inches. So it's great for like a baby blanket or something like that, but also just kind of nice to have like maybe in a living space draped over a couch. And you can just kind of throw it over your lap. I know you can't really see it, but like, so if you're reading a book or watching a movie or something, you know, when you just want something, a little bitty something lightweight, this would be perfect. And then obviously you could like totally change up the colors and make it not imitate the sea as much. I think that would be really, really pretty. And then I'm also going to have instructions in the pattern on how to completely customize the size. So you can make it as wide as you want, as long as you want, etc. So while this, like the pattern is going to be written for the specific size, obviously my blanket is this size, but you could adjust that however you see fit, which I really, really love being able to do that in patterns. It just makes it easier, I feel like. And if you do it in such a way to where you just kind of put it in the notes section, it makes it easier for like seasoned crocheters, which is exactly what that's for. If you're more of a beginner, it'd be easier to just follow the pattern as it is written. But if you're more of a seasoned crocheter, if you kind of know what you're doing a little bit more, if you know how the stitches work and all that, then you can adjust it. And I think that's really fun. I think it's also really cool to just be able to learn how to do that. So yeah, and of course, if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to comment on a video or send an email or whatever. All of my contact information is listed in the description box below. And I would love to answer any questions that I can. So that is actually it for all of the knitting and crochet content. I'm so excited to start some new things, but I'm kind of just in the season of just trying to finish up a few things, launch a couple of patterns before summer ends, and then hop into fall and winter makes, which I am so excited about. I'm excited to be done with these hot months. It is hard to have the mojo to knit and crochet when it is 100 degrees outside. For sure. So as a little devotional today, kind of an aside, I thought I would share something that I have started doing. So bullet journaling is not a new thing at all, but it is new to me, and I'm not going like all into it. I'm kind of just using it as a way right now to just study the Bible a little bit more, to compile notes in a really like simple and like straightforward, kind of basic but thorough way. And so I've done it just a few times, not like a few times, it's not, I've done a few pages in this bullet journal, and I've had so much fun with it. So the first one that I did was just the fruits of the Spirit, which if you're unfamiliar are found in Galatians chapter 5. Yeah. And they are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. And those are just fruits that are evident in the lives of those who are following Christ, or should be evident. It's just his Spirit working through us. And because of that, we can have all of this fruit. And this is exactly what I want my life to look like. I want to be able to, you know, love without bounds and be joyous in all circumstances and have peace that passes understanding, patience even when it's difficult, kindness even when it's hard and people are, you know, not always kind back. I want to portray goodness. I want to be faithful to those around me and faithful to my Father. I want to be gentle and love gently and just be kind. Kind of goes back to kindness, and then obviously self-control, not being given away to temptation to sin, etc. I just have grown a little bit already through doing this, and just taking the time to do it has been so special. So I like did this last weekend. Like I haven't done it in a few days now, and it's been a wild week, but it was so good to spend some time doing that. And it was always also not my original idea. I just kind of got a few ideas from Pinterest and decided to take it from there. This is another one that I did, kind of Bible verses for when you feel XYZ. So like feel amazed, here's a verse that is good for that. If you feel content, here's a verse that can encourage that. If you feel frustrated, here's a verse that can bring kind of understanding. And then I also did the same thing for like the qualifications for, I hesitate to say it like that, but just qualifications biblically and just hopes personally of a future husband, and then what I want to be as a wife one day. So yeah, it's been really fun to kind of just spend time in the Word this way. My sister got a bullet journal as well. We honestly found them on clearance at Hobby Lobby, so it was quite a good find. But anyways, my sister got one too, so we've been kind of doing it together just a little bit, which has been really, really fun and special. But yeah, if you're looking for a way to kind of dive into the Word a little bit more and just kind of like want to take some time to do it, but aren't really sure how to, maybe that'll give you a little bit of a starting point. There's no right or wrong way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to study scripture as a whole. It's just to treat it as the foundation, apply it to your life in whatever season that you're in, and learn and grow from it. That's exactly what Christ wants us to do. So anyways, I think that is actually it for this episode. It has definitely been kind of a short and condensed one, but I hope that's okay. I hope that you still enjoyed it. I hope that you're working on so many fun things right now. I'm in the midst of balancing 2 jobs, and then I am starting school later this week, which is just absolutely wild to think about. Yeah, I kind of can't believe that's happening, if I'm honest, but it'll be good. I'm really hopeful for what this season is going to hold, even though it is going to be busy and full. I'm confident it'll be for the good. So thank you so much for watching. Like I said, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see y'all again in the next episode. Bye.